My name is Wisdom Akpakie. I am the principal consultant at Dow Immigration Consulting Services Limited here in Halifax, in Canada. I am a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and I am duly registered with the Immigration Consultants of Canada Regulatory Council. I'm also a member of the Canadian Association of Professional Immigration Consultants. And today we will be looking at some of the perks of relocating to Canada. And I'll be showing you some facts and some figures. I also mentioned that a lot of persons have contacted me privately just to, find out if it's even worth it coming over to Canada, since they've lived all their lives in different countries outside Canada. And now that they're thinking of relocating to Canada, they just want to know if it's even worth their while. We will be considering some of the facts here today that would help some people make up their mind if they still want to push and relocate to Canada. I will be starting with some basic facts here that I know that many of us here already know, but these are basic facts here in Canada. So the country has a total population of about 37.74 million as of 2020. Our capital city is Ottawa, and our biggest city here in Canada is Toronto. Canada has 10 provinces and 3 territories. We will see that shortly. And it has a total land area of approximately 10 million kilometers squared. It is the second largest country in the world. I believe Russia is currently the biggest country in the world, and Canada is second largest. Our life expectancy here is 83 years for both sexes, and our national day is 1st of July. Canada got its independence in 1867, I beg your pardon. Our government is parliamentary democracy and constitutional monarchy. Our current prime minister is Justin Trudeau. He's been the PM, the prime minister, since 2015. Our currency here in Canada is the Canadian dollars. And our official languages will be English and French. So Canada is bilingual. A lot of persons have also asked, what's the time in Canada? So in Canada, we have 6 time zones because it's a very, very big country. From UTC minus 3.5 hours to UTC minus 8 hours. Another very interesting thing about Canada is that it derived its name from the word Kanata. It's a Huron-Iroquois word, which means village or settlement. And it touches the Pacific, the Arctic, and the Atlantic Oceans. So many times we say it is from coast to coast to coast. And shortly you will see that in the map of Canada that I will show in the next slide. It has the longest coastline in the world, about 244,000 kilometers or 152,000 miles long. It contains 1/10 of the world's forests. Again, this is the map of Canada. Like I mentioned earlier, Canada has 10 provinces and 3 territories. To the far west, we have British Columbia with its capital, Victoria. And then next is Alberta with Edmonton as its capital. We have Saskatchewan and Regina as its capital. Manitoba has Winnipeg as its capital. Ontario has Toronto as its capital. Quebec has Quebec City as its capital. New Brunswick has Fredericton as its capital. And Nova Scotia, yay, has Halifax as its capital. And I live in Halifax. And I'm reaching you live today from Halifax. Prince Edward Island has Charlottetown as its capital. Newfoundland and Labrador has St. John's as its capital. So for the territories, we have Yukon that has Whitehorse as its capital. Northwest Territories has Yellowknife as its capital. And then we have, the last but not the least, Nunavut has Iqaluit as its capital. So that is Canada. That is Canada in a nutshell for you. Now, one of the biggest reasons people want to come to Canada is the quality of life that we have here in Canada. Having lived in Canada myself, I can confirm to you that the government of Canada goes the extra mile to make the quality of life very good for all residents. So we have a high quality of life, and that's the biggest attraction here in Canada. The government provides a high quality of life for vast majority of residents. And in fact, we have been ranked the second highest standard of living of all the G20 nations in the world. Education. So we have free education for children below 18 years of age. And like I said, the quality of life is good. Standard of education is great. Quality education for citizens and permanent residents. The government spends more per capita on education than any other country in the world. And that is why the quality of our education is great. Our healthcare system. Our healthcare system is the envy of the world. Many other countries are really struggling to put up a system like what we have in Canada and what residents enjoy here in Canada. We have one of the fairest and the most accessible in the world. And our medical services are mostly free. We don't have to pay. And the government of Canada provides provincial budgets for eligible residents. Multiculturalism and ethnic diversity. So Canada has long realized the benefits skilled immigrants can bring to the country, and in particular the economy. Year in, year out, we have immigrants come to Canada and make Canada their new home, and then they bring their expertise and their skills to improve on the economy. Canada has realized that that is what they need to grow the economy and the country as a whole. Now, Canada's Anglo-French culture was ingrained in the national identity from its conception. So we know that the British and the French play a significant role in the forming of the present-day Canada. Now, multiculturalism became official Canadian policy under the government of the late Pierre Elliott Trudeau, which is the father of the current Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, in 1971. Low crime rate is another reason many people want to come to Canada. Canada's low crime rate is envied around the world. You don't hear of crimes as you would hear in several other countries in the world. Violent crime is extremely rare, and gun ownership is very, very minimal. In 2014, the OECD Better Life Index awarded Canada an impressive 9.7 out of 10 for safety and security. So that goes a long way to tell you how safe it is to live in Canada and to raise a family here in Canada. Canada has great economic strength and stability. It is one of the strongest economies in the world. You would agree with me on that. It has huge variety of career options for foreign skills. So a lot of persons that immigrate to Canada, once they get integrated in the society, they immediately get into their profession and their career path, and start contributing to their society and the economy. The banking system here was voted the most stable in the world by the World Economic Forum. So that goes to show you how strong our economy is and how stable it is. Family integration. Canada immigration policy encourages family integration during or after migration. So the government of Canada knows that we all have families and we are connected, we're closely connected to our families. They've provided for us to either immigrate with eligible family members, or after we immigrate, we can then bring our family members. So we have family class sponsorship, so you can sponsor eligible family members. You can also sponsor your parents, grandparents, and other family members. So it is actually great because not many countries would allow you to bring your family along when you're immigrating to those countries, but Canada has put policies in place that ensures that all eligible family members have programs that you can use to bring them and get them connected to you while you get fully integrated here in Canada. So that's another great reason people want to come to Canada. Citizenship requirement. You may apply for Canadian citizenship only after residing in Canada for 3 years as a permanent resident. Many countries will say 5, 6, or even up to 10 years. But once you've resided in Canada for 3 years as a permanent resident, you are eligible to apply for citizenship. Now, if you have resided in Canada as a temporary resident, you may be able to claim half the period of time you've spent in Canada for up to a period of 1 year out of the total time that you have spent in Canada. So out of the 3 years that's required for you to be in Canada as a permanent resident, if you have been in Canada, say for 2 years as a temporary resident, you can knock off 1 year. And once you become a permanent resident, you only have 2 years to remain in Canada before you become eligible to apply for citizenship. And another very good reason why people want to come to Canada is dual citizenship is allowed in Canada. So you're allowed to come to keep your foreign citizenship. So most countries will say once you want to take another passport, you have to drop your existing passport. But Canada allows dual citizenship. So you can keep your foreign citizenship and still become a Canadian citizen. Free trade. So this is mainly for business immigrants that are coming through the business or investor immigration programs. Just to let you know that there is free trade. Your scope is not just limited within Canada, but you can access the United States of America and also Mexico under it was previously called the NAFTA, which was the North America Free Trade Agreement, but it is now called the United States, Mexico, and Canada Agreement. So you have free trade in this enlarged territory. So you're not just restricted to practice or do your business or your transaction within Canada, but also in the United States and in Mexico. Old age security. People think, so when I am done with work and I'm retired, how do I take care of myself? Many countries still struggle to take care of their old and their elderly because there is not enough provision to take care of them. The pension schemes struggle to put, tokens of food on their table. But Canada has got a very, very great scheme for workers that have retired. So we have the guaranteed income supplement. So when you're retired, even when you engage in any economic activity, there's still a supplement. There's a guaranteed income supplement that you can get. And you can also get the Canada Pension Plan programs. So Canada has great provision for your retirement when you immigrate to Canada after you retire. Welfare system. I'm going to spend a little time here to really explain this because we all are aware that the world just saw or witnessed the COVID-19 pandemic that changed virtually everything in every country in the world. Canada has one of the most generous welfare systems in the world to assist families during financial crisis or employment downturn. So we have many programs that the government has put in place, right? So we have the employment insurance. Once you're working and for any reason you lose your job, you immediately swing into the employment insurance just to take care of your needs before you're able to find your feet and start earning an income. And like I mentioned previously, the world just witnessed the COVID-19 pandemic, and I am proud to say the Canadian government stood for its citizens and eligible residents, because those people that jobs were affected as a result of the pandemic, the government provided benefits for them, and that cushioned the effect. The government spent billions and billions of Canadian dollars just to ensure that residents are able to, get by the trying time. So the system here is really, really, really effective. And if anything happens to your source of livelihood, the system has things in place to take care of that. I also like to talk about the child benefit scheme that we have here. So for those of us that would be immigrating with our children, your children will get monthly benefits from the Canadian government, and that will go a long way to help you integrate. Trust me, as an immigrant myself, I can tell you how that helped when I immigrated to Canada. There are several other programs that the government has put in place just to take care of the welfare of residents here in Canada. Canada is big and beautiful. You can agree with me on that. It is the second largest country in the world. We already said that before now. Almost 10 million square kilometers, stunning countryside, undoubtedly one of the most beautiful countries in the world. Trust me, Canada is beautiful. If you travel, I do a lot of road trips myself, and I never cease to wonder how huge and beautiful the country Canada is. So it is something that you definitely want to look out for if you decide to eventually immigrate to Canada. It is naturally rich, so it has a stable economy that's built on a strong foundation of natural wealth. It has large income from the oil and gas industry. We have massive oil fields in Alberta. Huge income. Canada also generates huge income from gold, copper, iron ore, and uranium. Canada has an impressive GDP. You'll agree with me on that. Now, I would like to highlight a few immigration options that are available in the case that anybody here is considering immigrating to Canada. This is definitely not all the programs that we have available to immigrate to Canada, but Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada has put in place for people to immigrate to Canada. So we do have the Federal Skilled Worker Program. We have the Federal Skilled Trade Program. We have the Canadian Experience Class. Again, I'm not going to go into any detail of these programs now, but the plan is subsequent sessions. We will be handling these programs and be letting you know how you can qualify for this program, and also how you can put in your application and immigrate to Canada on this program. So one thing I'd like to encourage us is like our YouTube page, and also click on the notification bell. Again, I'm going to put that up shortly so that when we upload videos, you see our videos, and we can also invite you. Before the end of this presentation, you'll see our social media handles. I'll encourage you to follow us on social media. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on LinkedIn. So I encourage you to follow us on our various social media handles. and then you stay informed with our subsequent programs. Now, the three programs that I've mentioned before now would be the Federal Skilled Worker Program, the Federal Skilled Trade Program, the Canadian Experience Class. So those three programs are administered in the Express Entry System. So a lot of you would have heard of the Express Entry System. So that would manage these three federal economic streams. Now, beyond these three streams, we have the Quebec Skilled Worker Program and the Quebec Experience Class, which are similar to the three federal streams that I talked about. It's just that this will be for people that want to immigrate and settle in Quebec. We have provincial nominee programs. So we do have provincial nominee programs. So each province, each of the 10 Canadian provinces would have their different provincial nominee program that you can apply for and become a nominee. We also have programs for the three territories here in Canada. Like I said initially, we will handle this in subsequent sessions. Federal Self-Employed Program, Immigrant Investor Venture Capital Class. These are other programs that you can use to immigrate to Canada. We have a few pilot schemes that the government is running as pilot currently. So the government is just checking to see how the schemes work, to know if they need to make changes or if they need to continue or stop them. But you can very, very well take advantage of the pilot schemes that we have currently ongoing. So we currently have the home child care pilot, home child care provider pilot, and the home support worker pilot. We have the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. I beg your pardon, the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Programs. There are actually 3 sub-programs under this. We'll talk about that in subsequent sessions. We have the Rural and the Northern Immigration Pilot program. We have the Agri-Food Immigration Pilot Program as well. Like I said at the beginning of the slide, this would not be all the programs we have or that the Canadian government has for you to immigrate to Canada, but just a few of them. And in subsequent sessions, we will be looking a little more closely into all these programs. I would like to stop here today. Thank you very much for your time. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and also hit the notification button so that you get to know when the video is uploaded. I'll also encourage you to follow us on all our social media handles. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and our handle is @Dow Immigration. So once you look for Dow Immigration, you would see us on all these social media platforms. You can also contact us directly. Our phone number is +1 902 802 0512. Our email address is info@dowimmigration.com, and our website is www.dowimmigration.com. Thank you very much once again, and until we have our next online webinar, I would say stay safe and hope to see you again. Thank you. Bye.